Hi children, now the next question is find the least square number exactly divisible by each one of the number 6, 9, 10 and 15 and 20. For this we have to find the LCM of 6, 9, 10, 15 and 20 and I have found out it is 3 into 3 into 2 into 5. Is it a square number? Look at the factors. Is it a square number? No, because 2 and 5 are existing here without pairs. I need extra one more 2 and one more 5 to make it as a perfect square. So for up to now, without adding that, what is the number we have here? 3 3s are 9 into 2, 18, 18, sorry, 3 3s are 9, 9 2s are 18, 18 5s are, we will get 90. Okay, 18 5s are 90. Now I have to make it as a perfect square. To make it as a perfect square, I multiply by 2 and 5. This is extra that I do to make it as a perfect square. So I have multiplying by 5 2s are 10. So what is the least square number? It is 900. 90 into 10 is 900. Now the next question is the difference between the highest value and the lowest value. Instead of asking you largest value minus smallest value, is just word change in word. So it is range. The next question is what is the probability of a number selected from the numbers 1, 2, 3, etc. up to 20 such that it is a prime number. From between 1 and 20, how many prime numbers are there? Start counting. 2, 3, 5, 7. Is 9 a prime number? No. Then 11. Then 13. Is 15 a prime number? No. 17. 19. So how many numbers are there? Between 1 and 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 by 20 will be the probability. I have to simplify this. So in 4 table, if I simplify now, 2 4s are 8, 5 2s are 5 4s are 20. Okay, so 5 4s are 20, 2 4s are 8. 2 by 5 is the probability. You have to find how many favorable outcomes. These are the favorable outcomes. 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17 and 19. Total number of outcomes from 1 to 20, I have 20 numbers. So I got 8 by 20. Is it clear? The next question is, a class consists of 21 boys and 9 girls. A student is to be selected from for social work. Now, what is the total number of students in that class? 21 plus 9? Yes, it is 30. Out of this 30, how many are girls? 9 girls. So, 9 by 30 is the probability. Can I simplify? Yes, in 3 table. 3 3s are 9. 10 3s are 30. Can I further simplify this? No. So 3 by 10 is the probability. What is the number of students of class 8 whose mark obtained in an examination are expressed in the following frequency distribution table? Here we have a frequency distribution table. They are asking what is the total number of students in class 8? What is the total number of students in class 8? What should I do now? Here from 0 to 5 marks, 6 students have scored. 10 students have scored between 5 and 10 marks. So totally how many students are there? Just add up all these and give me the answer. Very simple question. This question may look something different, but the question, what is our objective is to find the total number of students in class 8. So the answer is add it up and get the answer. Okay, 10 plus 6, 16. 16 plus 4, 24. 24 plus 9, 33. 33 plus 7, 40 is the answer. Is it clear? Okay, children. Now, the next question is the number of students admitted in different faculties of colleges are given below. Faculties in the sense branches. Okay, they may have departments, no? In different departments, students are being admitted. While representing the above information by a pie chart, now we are going to draw a pie chart. To draw a pie chart, I should know the angle, measure of angle to represent the number of students in law faculty alone. I am not asking you to find the angle for all the things. I am just asking you to find the angle, measure of angle for the sector representing how many students are admitted in the department of law. Okay. How many students has been admitted? 1000 students. Total number of students, how many total number of students has been admitted? 3600. To convert this into angle by which I should multiply? Yes, it is 360 degree. So can I cancel it now easily? Yes. 1 360 is 360. This is 10. 1 360 0. Again this 0 0 cancel. So what is the degree? 100 degree. Now the measure of angle to represent a law of faculty in a pie chart is 100 degree. Is it clear? Okay children. Now next question is, the following data of expenditure on various items in a family. This is about a family. What is the total spent for food, rent and education? Add up food, rent and education. Add it up and the answer is 49,000. The next question is, the following pie chart represents the marks scored by a student if he obtained 540 as total. He has scored 540 as total marks. Answer the following question. What is the marks obtained in max? Out of 540, I don't know anything. But out of 360 degree, what is the angle being used to represent the marks in max? It is 90 degree. So out of 360 degree, I can represent 90 degree for max marks. I want for out of how much? 540. This is the practice that I gave you during revision before max test. Hope you remember. Cancel it out. 100 and here you can cancel it as 9 table. 4 9s are 36. 6 9s are 54. Again 2 2s are 4. 3 2s are 6. Again you can cancel 1 45. Okay, if you multiply 5 3s are 45, sorry, 5 3s are 15, carry 1, 4 3s are 12, 13, 135 marks. He scored how many marks in max? 135 marks. Now the next question. This is the very important question, but easy question. Many of you wrote it here. Even the student, those who scored 39 out of 40 also made error in this. So listen carefully. The following data shows prices of meals options at Bob's Burgers. Price of meal option at $6, $7, $8, $9, $14, so many. Which histogram correctly displays the above information? Okay, prices of meal option at Bob's Burger. The burger costs rupees 6 to 7. Can I have an histogram with by breaking the intervals? No children. Here see here 6 to 7. Then 7 to 8 there is no entry at all. So this is wrong. We cannot have this option. 6 to 7, 8 to 9, then 10, 11, 12. No, they have not given any data regarding the prices between 10 and 13. So this is wrong. And when I come to this bar graph now, here we have 6 to 8. Again there is a break. It is not continuous. So this is also wrong. It should be a continuous interval to have a histogram. The first point that should be noted before we draw histogram is that the interval should be a continuous one. There should not be any break in the histogram. Is it clear? So the right option is A. Here alone we have that 0 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 20. I didn't look over the marks or the prices over here. Just by looking at the options we can get the answer. But then if there is some two options where we have both the regular intervals, we should check with this. See, from 0 to 5 I have no burgers sold out with that amount. From 5 to 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 burgers has been sold between the amount $5 and $10. See, exactly 5. Then from 10 to 15, 11, 14. Is it clear? Yes. So option A is the right answer. The double bar graph shows the average monthly temperature of two cities over 4 months period. Read the graph carefully and answer the questions given below. What was the average monthly temperature? You have to add up the 4 months temperature of two cities for Delhi alone, which is represented by Delhi horizontal line. So this 30 you have to add, this 40 you have to add, 45, then 50. You have to add all these 4 and divide by 4 to get the answer as 41.25. The next question here is, the following pie chart shows the percentage distribution of the expenditure incurred in publishing a book. Study the pie chart and answer the questions based on it. What is the center angle? Again, I have to find the center angle. Here they have given us the percentage. So out of 100, I know it is 10. So wait, they have asked us to find the center angle of the sector corresponding to the expenditure incurred. Expenditure incurred, where is it? Incurred on paper cost. See here, this is 25%. So 25 by 100. And now I have to find the angle. So it is into 360. Is it clear? If I cancel it, I'll get the answer to be 90 degrees. So the angle is 90 degrees. The next question is, the following pie chart depicts the percentage of students nationwide. What is the percentage of Indian students? It is very simple. They have given the angle. So I have to write 180 by 360. Isn't it? Into 100. I have to find the percentage. So into 100. Without doing that calculation also, you can say the angle is half of the angle in a circle, 180 degree. So half. Isn't it? So what is the percentage of half? 50%. And you should not write it is half percentage. It is 50%. Okay. Now the next question is, the histogram below represents the result of a survey conducted from a local university asking recent graduates the amount of their first year salary. How many recent graduates makes less than $44,000? This is salary, and here 44,000. Less than 44 is from here to here. This fully, isn't it, up to this? So 400. Then this 250. This 300. Then again 50. If you add up all these heights now, you will get 1000. So 1000 employees get salary less than $44,000. Now find the smallest number by which 37,845 should be divided so that to get a perfect square. Again, we have to go in for divided, that prime factorization method, and the answer is 5. Next, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1,404 students are sitting in a lecture room in such a manner that there are as many students in a row as there are rows in a lecture room. Again, it is a square because number of students, if there are 4 students, I will have 4 rows. If there are 5 students in first row, there will be 5 rows. So again, it forms a square. So we find the square root of 10,404 students, and the answer is 102. You can use long division method or prime factorization method. The next question is, what is the least number that must be added? Again, going for square root method, my dear children. I have discussed so many problems based on this. You can refer your example problems, and the answer for this is 51. Find the square root of 10,020.01. Again, you have to club them like this, from the back for the whole part and from the front for the decimal part. Then you have to going for long division method, and you can get the answer as 100.1. If I keep on doing all these sums now, time will not be enough. So I am moving out fast. Try to do it on your own. Okay. Now next question is root 81, 0.81. Here the square root of 81 is 9. Here the square root of 0.81 is 0.9. Here I have 0.09. Then I have to multiply by, what is the square root of 10,000? For these 2 zeros I will get 1 0. For these 2 tens I will get 1 10. So 10 tens are 100. So I get 9.99. Actually, if I add these now, I will get 9.99. And if I multiply with that 100 now, this decimal will get transposed to this place, and I will get 999. The answer is 999. So all the questions we have discussed. If you have any more clarification, call me and let us clarify it. Okay, children. And today you have to revise both the chapters, data handling and squares and square root. Thank you, children. Take care, stay safe and stay healthy. Bye-bye.